say a special day for me, a special day for the PONDR Media family. We got a super duper special guest in the house tonight, and I'm not gonna be modest when I say one of the most efficient, effective hustlers in the city. BAYTOWN product, true, real one. All of the fanfare is deserved. My man Benji Bema, I appreciate you coming and sitting down with us today, man. And we're gonna have a conversation, man. You know, this Ponder on this, PONDR Media, we talking about creativity, you know, health, wealth, what your mission might be, what you're doing that's unique and different. And you know, we just gonna let the people get to know all about Benji Bema.
Shit, let's get to it, man.
We'll start off, man, straight out of BAYTOWN. Yeah. A true BAYTOWN representative. I don't really never see nobody put on for BAYTOWN the way that you do. And maybe that's just because I know you and I'm familiar with you. But
man, it's so it's a couple of people from BAYTOWN that's really doing something very dope. Like it's a couple of people got some dope stores from BAYTOWN.
Okay.
A couple of females that's really out here doing their thing too. So yeah, it's funny because it's like you know buddy from Rami Malco.
Romani Malco.
Yeah,
he from BAYTOWN?
Yeah, bro grew up. Bro spent some time in BAYTOWN. He actually started a rap group in BAYTOWN.
I remember that he had
college boys. Yeah. So it's some dope shit, man. If you listen to some of the old records, he rap about being in BAYTOWN and in the streets.
So is with BAYTOWN being like example? I grew up in Humble, so you see. It's a decent sized city, but the community of people, everybody knows each other. Did BAYTOWN kind of have that vibe to where like Romani Malco's from there, you have a familiarity with him?
Yeah. So he's definitely a little older than I am. So like I just know people who actually knew him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you do have that. So I'm actually from BAYTOWN is kind of. It's like everywhere. It's kind of divided. So I'm from a neighborhood called McNair. Okay. And like we right on the outskirts of BAYTOWN. So yeah, for a long time it was like the Wild Wild West. Ooh. We didn't get BAYTOWN police. They weren't in our jurisdiction.
Oh, so motherfuckers was out there doing whatever they wanted to do.
Whatever the fuck they wanted to do. So yeah, man, I grew up in the neighborhood I grew up in. It was pretty wild, man. But I also grew up. I spent a lot of time in the opposite neighborhood, the neighborhood that we beefed with. Okay. And that's where I lived at for a long time. So a lot of those guys became friends of mine. And so it's like, man, I just became somebody that was, man, I'm cool with everybody. Yeah, don't mess with me. I ain't gonna mess with you. We gonna be all right. And so,
and that's what hustlers do, because you know you gotta have your network is your net worth. Yeah. So it don't make sense to be cutting out. I mean, it's
paying off now. Like, man, you can tell that because I was good with relationships, that translates over into my business that I have now, the store. And so, like, man, everybody come shop with me. It's a cool place. Like, I mean, we all older now, like the people I grew up with. Yeah. So, most of us got kids and, we live an adult life, so we not on the bullshit. Yeah, on the bullshit. So, it's great, though, man.
So, I'm a come to present time, and I'm a rewind. So, you mentioned the store, Studio B in BAYTOWN. What's it like to be a BAYTOWN product, but now to be providing the urban fashion for the city, being from the city? Like, what's that like?
Man, honestly, it's dope. Like that's the best way to explain it. It's dope. Like, bro, so we'll touch on that. I did music. Yeah. I grew up. I grew up going to the club, doing music, promoting the club, doing events. So we used to always have to drive to Houston. Mm-hmm. Go to the mall, go get clothes, drive back to BAYTOWN.
So y'all didn't have, because what's the closest mall to y'all?
San Jacinto? We did have San Jacinto Mall. Okay. But they did not have.
Yeah, you wasn't over. You couldn't get fresh. You're
not getting fresh.
So what was y'all going? Sharpstown, Greenspoint?
Mine was Greenspoint.
Yeah.
Like,
hey man, real quick, shout out to Greens Point Mall of the early 2000s. Right now, that motherfucker look like something out of a zombie movie.
Yeah.
But back then, if you wanted to get fresh, Greens Point Mall had, as far as shoes, especially clothes, whether it was Giorgio's or wherever you like to shop at, Greens Point had it. And I gotta take my hat off. It's the end of an era for Greens Point. But
man, Greens Point changed my life, man. Now I ain't gonna the mall, like the actual mall, changed my life, man. I made so much money selling music in
Right.
Greens Point Mall, like that shit was crazy. Yeah,
we definitely gotta tap in. Yeah, touch on that. You know what I'm saying?
It was a dope time, but nah, like I said, we used to have to drive to the malls, man, Sharpstown, Greens Point, then drive all the way back to Baytown, get fresh, shower. Then drive all the way back to the city to go out, and so it was like, this just was the people who went out. This is what we did,
right.
And so I was like, man, as I was traveling, like I met a couple of people who own urban stores, made good friends with a couple of them. I used to sit in there, like I said, so that's kind of what led me into opening the store. Is I used to sit in some stores. They would let me sit in there and hustle, and I was hustling my CDs.
Yeah.
So I was just seeing the whole, okay, this is something cool. It's still in the same realm.
Yeah.
But nah, man, like my boys was out here driving G-Wagons and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Owning stores. So I was like, maybe one day I'm gonna open a store. And so
subconsciously you were soaking it up.
Soaking in the game.
Soaking in the surrounding, like, okay.
And so, it's dope. You get to be fresh every day. Yeah.
Can't beat that.
It's like, can't beat that. It's
Speaking
like,
of being fresh every day, I mean, I love the fit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trucker hat, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Stros.
Yeah.
Still holding, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they take it back this year. Continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you good, man. But nah, we that was just it, man. I learned a lot of game just from sitting in the store soaking it up.
Right.
I became cool with a couple of the managers at Foot Locker, Foot Action. Actually, one of my boys I met at Foot Action became one of my closest friends. So,
okay.
Yeah. Man. It was just some dope shit, man. People let me sit in.
Yeah.
I soaked up the knowledge. I was like, man, one day I'm gonna do that. Me and one of my homeboys talked about actually opening a store in the mall in Baytown, and then they end up shutting the mall down. So, I had it in me, and I was like, man, I think this year, beginning of the year, I decided I was gonna go ahead and open the store, man. It took me 30 days from concept to getting my lease, finding a spot, and getting the doors open. Damn. Getting clothes in, getting the doors open.
See, that's determination right there. Determination to perseverance. You put your mind to it and execute it essentially. 30 days from concept to that's what's up, man.
Yeah, it's man, one of the things I really believe in is man, just grinding, bro. Like it figure out a plan. Don't make no excuse. Just get to it. It's like, and I'm not gonna lie, like, man, this a lot of shit that I procrastinate at.
Yeah.
I realize.
Don't we all though? All do.
I realize it's the shit that I don't want to do.
Facts. Yeah. It ain't the shit you want.
If it's some shit that I'm like, man, nah, I really want to do that. I'm like, nah, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Let's get to like let's put it in motion. And a lot of shit. I'm not gonna say that about everything because I do. I was just talking to somebody and I was like, man, I procrastinate because a lot of times I just overthink or I want to take the time to think it out.
Right.
Yeah. And so a lot of times, like when you in it, you just once you're doing something, you really don't have that much time to think. Like you're thinking on the go.
You got to make moves.
So it's like, man, make the plan. I think the reason I was able to pull the store off in 30 days is because I had already done all the research previously because I wanted to do it. So it was something I had already looked into. And so I have I got a lot of ideas and notes and business ideas that I write out the full business plan. And like I'll just every so often I'll go in and I'll randomly just update the business plan.
Yeah,
like
make your adjustments, modify.
And it might be something that I'm not doing now, but it's like when the time presents itself,
you'll go with it.
Yeah, I got homework, my research done, and I'm ready to go.